Okay, so today we're going to talk about actually getting the contract to be deployed. Yesterday I mentioned that the problem was that it was not correctly deploying the contract. So let me bring up, here we go, Dev Studio. So this is our actual code for the web, but there's another thing we need to look at, and let me see if I can pull it up. Let's see, migrations. Okay, so in a truffle contract, a truffle created truffle box, I guess. So when you're have a truffle project, you have this under migration, you have something called, you have two JavaScript files. The second one's called deploys the contracts. The first one deploys the script to deploy the contracts. So I had to change this. Now what I did is I had to add, first of all, add this into this deployment JavaScript. And I had to give it parameters. Now that I don't think that stops us from deploying our contract again, but I need to do something to get it to deploy. And until I did that, I ran into issues. Let's see if this is the right one. No, here. I ran into issues when it was trying to get the deployed network. Now, we can probably find another way around this because I don't like this, but for now, that's what I did. I deployed, and then I redeployed it with my information. So anyway, you can see here, and I think, let me bring up the debugger here. Is that it? No. Yeah, here we go. Let's see if that, yeah. So this is the debugger from, what am I running, Chrome, or from Chrome. And I am gonna refresh the screen and you'll see. So it gets Web 3. It sets the provider, gets the ABI, gets the data. Now in this case I had to change because I had to look and I saw the bytecode came here, not like where we had to dig in on the Node.js version. Get the network ID, can log that. Get the accounts, get account 0, and print that out. And then this is the one that was a problem. If I didn't deploy the contract, it would complain. So perhaps what needs to be in here is just a plain and I don't know, I know in Java you can have two different constructors. I have to check if you can do that in Solidity, because that would make things very easy. We get our instance, and then we can deploy. So let's put a breakpoint here. it's going to run example. Let's do that. Gets okay, so that's interesting. Didn't like that. Oh, yeah, this is the problem right here. I needed to make this, let me change that, because it doesn't like that. So what we're going to do is, we're going to do, this is deploying the instance. So what we need to do is we need to do this and make this account 0. I think that'll work. Let me make sure it's account 0. Yeah. And then make this also account 0. See if this works. Alright, let's save that. Okay. So let's, hopefully you're looking at the debugger. Yes, you are. Okay. Now that error you saw was actually what's built in, excuse me, what's built into the contract. So, let's see what we got. And it looks like that's interesting. Well, that's something I'm going to have to work on. But it did deploy the contract, and let's see. Let me bring up Ganache. Okay, in Ganache you can see that the contract from address, that's the call. And here's the contract creation. All the data, etc. And let me just see what that contract call looks like. Yeah, it doesn't give you the oh well, but that has to do with the fact that we're checking for the party in our code, and we could look at what's going on there. But anyway, so the key takeaway, and let me see if this is the right thing to show. This is the right screen. No, let's go here. And yeah, the key thing here, going back to, let's see, deploy, going here, is you have to deploy it with, you have to have it deployed, or it's not, it will fail. And once I was able to deploy it, and there were some other things like natively, the version of Truffle I had made assumptions of an older version of Solidity. I had to fix that. I had to fix it in know if I had to fix it. I think in one of the files. Yeah, in truffle config, and then some of the scripts, like the deploy script, I had to change it to, and any of the scripts had to make sure to use the version, because the native version on this box is like 8.4 something. So while it's not quite there, we're getting to deploy, and hopefully this has been helpful to you. If it has, please like, please subscribe, ring the bell, share it with your friends who may be interested, and put in the notes the report I have out, and hopefully that will be of interest to you too. So anyway, take care, and I will speak to you next time.